Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're going to have a nice drive around Paphos Oldtown. So let's have the map up first of all, and we're going to be starting off at Chloraka Green Point and then heading towards Moutallos area, cutting through to the centre of Oldtown where we'll do a loop and then another little loop in there. Then we're going to go through Kennedy Square and head down to the Paphos Museum. Then we're going to come back through the court area, back to Kennedy Square, well near Kennedy Square, and finish up at Papantoniou supermarket. Now today's film's a little bit of an experiment. We've got the super wide angled lens still, but I'm showing it as a regular 4K film, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't look that different to you because it'll be the same width, but it's dimensions that YouTube is more usual to, because I've got a feeling it's not been showing them to people on phones and things like that because of the weird dimension of the other film. So that also meant that there was more room to display the map if you wondered why it was a bit less narrow. So that's a good thing. So let me know how that works out. I wasn't going to use this film because of the weird little banding in the sky, but most other people don't seem to be able to see it, so it's just probably a quirk of me, possibly. But when you head into the sun, you'll see what I mean. I did ask on various forums, but somebody suggested it was actually a fingerprint, so this is quite possible. I am freely open to accept the possibility I might have just stuck my finger on it, which is what that weird thing is. So we'll find out in the next film when I'll have assured you I'll have cleaned the lens properly. Anyway, so we've left the Green Point and we're coming into Paphos Oldtown through the Moutallos quarter, as it's called, and there'll be a mosque on our right fairly soon. Moutallos is the Turkish Cypriot quarter of Paphos before the invasion of 74, hence the reason there's a mosque here. Right, and we're going to be going left here. We could have gone straight on, but we're going left and joining the little ring road that goes through around Oldtown. And we'll be turning right. Let's continue the loop. Had I gone straight on there, I'd be on the Paphos to Chloraka road. So now we're on the one-way system through the centre of Oldtown, which has been renovated and now looks very nice indeed. You've got the new car park and bus station on the left, and lots of restaurants on the right. There are shops in there as well, but a lot of Oldtown these days is restaurants and bars. And down here we'll have Ibrahim's Khan on the right. You can't really see it in this shot, but it's beyond the walkway on the right. And you got Aphrodite's Children, which is now becoming a boutique hotel. Which is Aphrodite's Children was a lovely mural there. And all this on the left is new, and they're doing stuff on the right there, as you can see. There's another mural up here. I think that one's called Reform. If you walked up left there, you'd get to Kennedy Square, but we're doing a loop past the front of Oldtown. If you get a bus or a taxi up to Oldtown, you'll probably get dropped off just up here, which is a good place because it's a nice little lookout. First of all, you've got plenty of restaurants on your right, and beyond there you've got the Oldtown market, which has now got a cover on it again. I will go and film that in due course. And we're coming back in a loop, and soon we'll be back at the mosque again. There it is on the left coming up. Should be able to see it with this lens actually. There it is. Say hello to the mosque. Excuse the doors in the background. Now I can definitely see banding on the right, but I am prepared to concede that it could just be a fingerprint, which is something I've got to consider when I'm making these films, obviously. There's quite a bit of coughing and spluttering in my house at the moment, unfortunately. Right, so we've done the first loop, and now we're going to have another little loop within that, just to see a few more of the shops and bars. But really, to appreciate this fully, you need to come here at in the evening time, and there's a definite cafe culture going on. We will come back on ourselves. And here we are. This should look familiar. Right, that's enough of this road. So we'll come off here and we'll take a left. This will take us towards Kennedy Square and also Pumpkin House. I don't think it's open at the moment though. Well, having said that, I filmed this a few days ago and Evie tends to switch between here and the harbour, so I'm not sure where she is at the moment. But the area to the right has lots of seating at night as well for the bars that are around. There's Pumpkin House straight across now. That yellow building on the left. But we're going to turn here, and then this will put us on the B7 just in front of Kennedy Square. Yeah, I'm trying the different size of the film. Now it's a regular 4K film, even though the width and the dimensions are the same, because the viewing figures for the last couple of films had really dropped quite a lot, and it was all the films for people watching. All the views were coming from people watching on 4K TV, so basically I was losing half the audience. So what I think happens is that YouTube doesn't suggest the film to people viewing on phones because it's not favourable dimensions or something weird. Hence the reason I'm doing it this way. So it shouldn't look any different to you really, because they're all pixels getting transposed onto a screen. And the screen stays the same size and the pixels are all same thing, but we'll just see what happens this way. Right, you've got a school on the left, you've got municipal gardens on the right, and they've still got their Easter decorations up, which is fair enough. And there's the new monument to Greek independence on the right, and the CITA building. They've been putting fibre optic cables in around the villages. They're actually outside our house again yesterday, connecting our actual house. If you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. All shares, comments, etc. boost us in the algorithm, which YouTube like, and that's good. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Live. For information on anything we're doing, go to our Facebook page, Paphos Live. We've got like over 80,000 followers now, I think. And just basically follow that and you'll get notified whenever we publish new films or new blog articles or whatever, either on YouTube, Facebook, or on our main Paphos Live website. Don't know why my voice got squeaky then, but there you go. We're going past the existing Paphos Museum now on the left, which focuses on the archaeological aspects, that they basically stuff that they've dug up in the surrounding areas. And there's a lot of that, as you can imagine, as opposed to the documentation museum, which is going up near Kennedy Square, which will cover the ancient stuff, but also Paphos through the ages, from what I understand. Personally, I can't wait. I think I can hear a tractor going past at the moment, so please excuse any distant rumblings. It's what happens when you record. Cool, that's a biggie, that is. I think that's a bulldozer. It's what happens when you live in the country, I'm afraid, though. You get farm machinery going past occasionally. What you don't get, though, is loads of traffic jams. I'm not saying you'd get loads of traffic jams in somewhere like Paya, but you would do in where we lived in the UK. Anyway, so this area here we're driving through is mainly retail. You've got some nice big shops here as well. But then you've also got the courts areas and the governmental tax buildings. Hopefully none of you will have reason to be going to the courts. And there's a nice Cafe Nero there. And eventually we'll be coming back onto the B7. Actually, we'll be opposite where we were when we came onto the B7 earlier on in the film, when we'd just gone past Pumpkin House. So now you'll know what would have happened if we'd gone straight on. So this time we're going to be turning right. And we'll finish our little trip around Oldtown with a drive up to Papantoniou's supermarket. Because I needed to buy some stuff. As I said before, one of the things you find in Cyprus is that you do tend to visit more than one supermarket. You go to one supermarket for meat and stuff and another for vegetables or whatever. I think it's easier because they're less crowded. So you don't have the hassles that you don't have to do the huge, great weekly shop that you do in the UK. But also you'll find that the little supermarkets in the villages, they don't scalp you to the same level of like your, I suppose they're all Tesco Metros these days. Or Sainsbury's Local, whatever they're called. Anyway, so that's Papantoniou's roundabout. Turn left there and you're back into Oldtown. But we're going to the supermarket. And I'll give my camera lens another clean. And we shall see you in the next film. I'm not sure what I'm going to be filming next. I'm off out probably shopping today on my little outing, so I probably won't be doing any filming there, though I might fly the drone over the Neon Mall to see what's happening there. But anyway, whatever we do, there'll be a film about it coming on soon. Not us going shopping though, don't worry. All right, thanks for watching. Cheers.